Welcome, everybody. Hello, hello, hello. Listen, it's been a minute, but yeah, we're going to talk all about how to get rid of the mommy guilt. If you are new here, this is your first time seeing me for the very first time, I am Latersa. Listen, we talk a lot about self-care, hygiene, life advice, and just a little bit in between. So if any of that intrigues your mind, if you're not already following me, make sure you follow me. Good morning from Maryland. Awesome. So we're talking all about how to get rid of mommy guilt. Y'all know if you're a mom, and even if you're not a mom, the guilt when it comes to taking care of you, it is real. So I want to encourage you guys today, let go of the guilt, let go of the mommy guilt. And the first way on how to let go of the mommy guilt is to figure out, where is the guilt coming from? Is it coming from a place that you feel like you're not worthy to take care of yourself? Are you feeling like a lot of times when it's time for us to take care of ourselves, a lot of times we feel like we don't deserve it. Like we're just supposed to be this little energizing bunny and just keep doing for everybody else. But when it comes down to practicing self-care or taking care of ourselves, we tend to put our needs on the back burner. And then when we do decide to do something, we let guilt eat us up. I don't know about y'all, but the struggle is real. Even though my kids are teenagers now, I still have to pep talk myself, because believe it or not, you can't keep being an energizing bunny, just going and thinking you're going to be okay, because in a minute, you're going to run your little self into something or somebody. So you got to understand, where is the guilt coming from? Where what is the things that's going on inside of your head when you feel like it's time for you to take care of yourself? Welcome, Dallas, Texas. Awesome. But yeah, you have to get a grip on it, because anytime you start to feel that guilt, you got to nip it in the bud right then. Because at the end of the day, if you don't take care of you, honey, you ain't going to be no good to your children, your spouse, your friends, your whatever. You're going to find yourself somewhere collapsed on the side of the bed somewhere. Listen, y'all know my story. I tell y'all this all the time because I want y'all to understand, it be real. It was when, my babies was like toddlers. I was going. And I was not taking care of myself. I wasn't taking my medicine. I was looking after everybody else. And pretty long, your little sunshine over here found herself in the emergency room because I had collapsed. See, when you get hard-headed and you don't listen to the little warning signs in your head that's saying you need to set your little self down and get you some rest, when you don't listen, oh, God got a way of setting you down, honey. When you find yourself in the hospital because you've had a stroke, that was your girl. Because I was going. It was right around when the pandemic hit. The kids were at home. You could pretty much call it homeschooling. Your girl was trying to do everything. When I tell y'all, I don't come on here to tell y'all stuff that I read in the book. I'm telling you what God loves. Your girl had a stroke. I'm only 45, honey. I'm not old at all. But when you find yourself busy, and not taking care of you, taking care of everybody else, you ignoring the warning signs, because your girl saw the warning signs. Yeah, thank you. It was a couple of years ago, but I'm just giving y'all examples. When you don't listen to yourself and you start to say you can do everything and keep going, God have a way of setting you down, and he set your girl down for a minute. So that's why when I talk to y'all about letting go of mommy guilt, learning how to practice self-care because you need to take care of you, I'm telling you what I know. For sure. This ain't nothing that came out of no magazine, no episode on TV. You got to learn how to prioritize and take care of you. Because if you don't, honey, you ain't going to be here for the long haul. You ain't going to be here to see nobody. You got to learn how to put you first and be okay with saying, you know what? It's okay if I do a little something for me today. Y'all, I've been up since 4:30. Y'all know I'm an early bird. I've been up since 4:30 this morning. I done recorded like 7 videos for YouTube, a couple of TikToks and Instagram posts. Your girl be on it. This is my off day, but it really ain't off day because this is what I love to do. So I don't consider it work. But what I'm saying to you guys, take you a pause. I'm going to take me a sip because my mouth getting dry. And figure out where the guilt is coming from. And then the next thing you want to do in order to get rid of the mommy guilt. Ah, nice. Happy birthday. Awesome. So the next way to let go of the mommy guilt is to give yourself some grace. Listen, we can't be everything to everybody else. And then when it comes to us, we slacking. You should be able to give to yourself from a cheerful heart. You got to understand, good morning. You got to understand at the end of the day, you are your biggest investment. If you're not investing in yourself mentally, spiritually, physically, everything is going to start to crumble. And if you're not careful, it'll start to crumble all at once because you're not listening to them warning signs. You're not listening to your body saying you need to rest or you need to sit down for a minute. You need to take a breather. You study trying to be superwoman. Let go of the superwoman cape. Let go of the strong woman mentality. I don't know about y'all, but I was raised in the South and I was raised by a Christian black mother, and she instilled in me at a very young age, take care of yourself. Don't depend on nobody else. You know, she taught me how to be independent, which that's great to a certain extent. But you can't keep being everything to everybody else and getting everything done by yourself. At some point, you're going to need some help. And you got to be bold enough and brave enough to say, you know what? I can't do all this. And be okay with saying you need some help. A closed mouth never gets fed. You got to understand, if you don't voice it out of your mouth that you need some help, people will let you keep doing everything you're doing. And they won't lend you a hand. They keep taking until you collapse somewhere. And they will not think twice about it. As long as you keep giving and keep taking and keep being the one that fix everything. When somebody have a problem, you the first one they call. Start putting your phone on do not disturb. Sometimes you got to let people deal with their own mess. Sometimes you got to let people work stuff out on their own. Stop trying to fix everything. Stop trying to be everything to everybody. And then you suffering. You at the house talking about, I should have did that. I'm tired. You ever got a phone call from somebody and you know the conversation finna go left before you even get on the phone, but you get on there anyway, hoping it's going to be different? You know good and well people is not going to change. Some people you just got to call it like it is. Call a spade a spade. When you talk to Sally, she drains you. She make you depressed. And this ain't even your drama. But when you talk to her, you automatically feel overwhelmed. You know when Johnny called, he ain't going to do nothing but ask you for some money. Why is you keep picking up the phone and then you get guilt tripped into giving him some more money that you know he ain't going to pay back? That's causing you unnecessary stress. You don't need that. You need to learn how to say no. At the end of the day, if you ain't putting your foot down, as my daddy say, baby girl, sometimes you got to get some tough skin and you got to put your foot down. If you ain't putting your foot down and letting people know, listen, I ain't got it. I don't know. Sometimes you got to play dumb like you don't know. You could very well know the answer. But for your sanity, you got to learn how to say, you know what? Today ain't that day. You got to know what? You ain't answering today. You ain't answering the door today because you need some sleep. You done worked all week at your 9 to 5 and your off day it needs to be something you going to do to replenish, to rejuvenate, to pour back into you. Stop thinking you got to go rescue everybody. Stop that mess. Listen to me. Get closer so you can hear the words that are coming out of my mouth. Stop trying to rescue everybody. Some people don't want to be rescued. Some people like dwelling in their own mess. Some people like dwelling in drama. If you know you trying to get some peace, why is you still entertaining this foolishness? Why is you still, I don't care if it's family member, close, I don't care. For your sanity, you're going to have to learn how to cut some people off. Yeah, I know that's going to make a lot of people mad, but you're going to have to learn how to cut some people off. And I ain't talking about being nasty, being mean. I ain't talking about being ugly. I'm just saying sometimes you're going to have to love people from a distance. You're going to have to say, God bless you, God be with you, and let that drama stay on the other side of town, and you stay over here on the peaceful side of town, because it's causing you time that you can't get back. It's causing you your peace of mind, your sanity. And aren't you tired by now? Aren't you tired by listening to the same stuff? Stop letting people be the trash. You be their little trash can and they dump all their mess on you. Now you sitting over there, you was in a happy mood, but now you sitting over there depressed out of your mind because you trying to figure out how to fix something that wasn't even meant for you to fix. You trying to give people money to pay a bill when you got your electric bill to pay. You can't do that. They're going to be mad at you either way it go. So let go of the guilt. You got to start, even when it comes to your children, I know we love our babies to pieces. You got to learn how to say, Mommy needs some time to herself. My children are teenagers. They know when I lock that door, Mommy in here finna be asleep. Because by 6:30 in the evening, your girl be looking like she hot. I'm ready to just go to La La Land and not come back. Because the nap it be like a chokehold on me. And I be telling myself I'm going to watch a movie. The movie looking at me. It ain't working. And it ain't even got to be your kids that'll guilt trip you, honey. It could be family members. It could be friends that'll guilt trip you into doing stuff that you know you don't want to do. This is for everybody, not just mommies, but I titled it mom because a lot of y'all are moms. But even if you don't have any kids, it could be your friends guilt tripping you. It could be your family members trying to guilt tripping you to doing something that you know you don't want to do or you don't feel comfortable doing. You got to learn how to put you first. And then the third way on how to get rid of the mommy guilt, you got to prioritize self-care. You can't just be wishing, hoping, and praying that you're going to, I'm going to get up and I'm going to do this. You got to put your own self on the back burner. It could be, it could be exes. It could be whatever. Whoever is trying to make you feel guilty, sometimes you got to love them from a distance. And when I say prioritize, you got to put on your calendar. Make sure y'all grab my self-care journal. Check in with yourself 10 minutes a day. I always like to do it when I get up in the morning and before I go to bed. But you got to learn how to put you on the calendar and say, today, I'm going to take me a hot bath. And which that's what I did this morning at like 4:30 this morning. Today, I'm going to go for me a walk in the park. You got to schedule this stuff. You can't just nilly-willy and let the day come and all that good stuff. You got to schedule this stuff and prioritize it. Just like you make your doctor's appointments for your kids, your family, you make your doctor's appointment for yourself. You got to make a self-care appointment with yourself. Take yourself out to lunch. It ain't even got to be nothing to break the pocketbook. You can do simple stuff. I tell y'all all the time, I love going to Waffle House. When I don't feel like cooking, Waffle House will get you right and it ain't going to break the bank. I love little bitty stuff. Find something little every week. You're welcome, honey. Find something every week that you can begin to do. One thing a week that you're going to do for self-care. Block off an hour and give yourself that hour without feeling guilty. Give yourself that hour to yourself where you say, today, for this 1 hour, I'm going to journal and I'm going to watch me a good movie. Or today, I'm going to sit here and I'm going to listen to this soft music. You can find it on YouTube, positive vibration frequency music. I listen to it all the time. It just puts you in a better mood. Whatever you're going to do, make sure you keep records. Journal how you're feeling when you take this time out for yourself. Grab my self-love, my self-care journal. The link is in the bio. But make sure you're checking in with yourself and see how that makes you feel. Do this for the next 7 days to see how your mood changes. See how your mind change. When you make self-care a priority, you begin to have a different pep in your step. When you make self-care priority, you start getting that mental mind right, saying, you know what? It's okay for me to take care of myself. It's okay to pour back into my cup. See, when your cup get like this cup, because I've been drinking my lemon water this morning, when it gets half empty, you need to find a way to replenish, to rejuvenate. And that's what that hour of self-care is going to do for you. When you find yourself feeling guilty, feeling overwhelmed because you want to do some things for yourself, Cut that chatter out right there. Don't even let it start getting bigger, because one thought will come. The more you worry about one thought, that thing festers and it gets bigger and bigger and bigger. I promise you, you do not want to allow yourself to get mentally drained. I just came back from almost 2 weeks because I was mentally exhausted. You got to know when your time is to sit down. You got to know when it's time for you to pour back into yourself. Social media going to be here. Social media and everything going to be here when you get back. But what ain't going to be here, if you don't take care of yourself, you're not going to be here. You got to prioritize self-care in your life every day. I don't care if it's a few minutes. Sit down and pray. Talk to God. That's self-care. Because when you get your mind right, everything else follows right behind you. So you got to understand, you got to let that mommy guilt go. You can't be no better to your children if you're stressed out, depleted, drained, exhausted. When you're in that category, the only thing you're going to do for your kids is hurt their feelings. Because you're going to be snapping. You're going to have an attitude. You ain't going to feel like everything going to irritate you. You got to go get yourself somewhere and quiet yourself and be still. It's okay to take a pause and get you together. When you get yourself together mentally, physically, and spiritually, I promise you, you will be a better individual to yourself, to all those around you. They will reap the benefit because you are prioritizing self-care. And the next way on how to get rid of the mommy guilt, you got to get rid of those limiting belief systems. The ones where you grew up, you got to be independent. You got to do everything. You got to get stuff done. You don't need nobody. You don't need no help. Hell, stop letting them limited beliefs or how you was raised. Sometimes you got to break up with them old limited beliefs because it's keeping you depleted. It's keeping you drained. See, long gone them days. See, I tell people, I don't like to be called no superwoman. I don't want to be called no Miss Independent woman. I don't want to be called no strong black woman. I don't want to be called none of that mess. Because them titles is not something you brag on. It's okay to make sure you take care of yourself. But when you come talking about strong independent woman, strong black woman, it's like they always think black women got to always carry everybody's problem on their shoulders. That's how you end your little self up in the hospital. You got to get to a place where you start to say, I want to take care of me in the healthy way. So them limiting beliefs where you got to do everything for everybody. You're always the strong one. That's why I always say, check on your strong friends because they could be battling something secret that you don't know about. Depression is real, you guys. Check on your strong friends, the ones that always feel like they got it together. They be suffering in silence because everybody look at them that they got it all together. Well, hell, I don't got it all together. I'm still trying to figure this thing out like you are. I don't have days every day where I'm just peachy go cream and happy go lucky. I have days where I'm not my best self. That's when I take a pause. You got to learn what is the time when you need to take a pause. You can't keep doing everything for everybody else because, as I said earlier, people will take until they can't take no more. And you be the one hurting on the end. You sitting up in the hospital looking like you dead to the world while they still out trying to get the next prey. Who can they use next? You got to learn how to say no to people. Saying no to other people means saying yes to you. And it's okay with that. Yes. You got to check on people because people ain't always as strong. Things ain't always as if they seem. You can't go by what you see on the outside because that battle in the mind is a secret thing. That internal pain is worse than what you can see with your eyes. So if you're not checking on you, if you're not checking on yourself, your strong friends, your strong family members, honey, they fighting a battle that you can't even see. So that's why I say you got to get rid of them limited belief set that tell you got to be everything to everybody. You got to always take care of this person and family is family. Sometimes you got to break up with family for a period of time. Sometimes you got to love people from a distance because it's costing you your peace. It's costing you your sanity. And I always say, if it ain't bringing me peace, return to sender. Y'all type that in the comment. Type that in the chat. If it's not bringing me peace, return to sender. Make sure y'all grab my self-care journal. The link is in the bio. But I want you guys to understand it is okay to put your needs first. Because if you don't put your needs first, you can't show up for nobody else when you depleted, when you're exhausted. You have to put your needs first and take care of you. Why you hear the saying all the time, fill your cup up first, and whatever's flowing out of the cup is for other people. You don't give away what's in the cup. You give away what's outside, flowing, overflowing. But if your cup is half empty, like this thing of lemon water right here, you really running on fumes. You running almost on empty. If for long, you gonna fall out somewhere. So you got to understand at the end of the day, you got to understand it's okay to put your needs first. It's okay to prioritize self-care in your own life. Because if you don't take care of you, you can't expect somebody else to come in and do what you can't even do for yourself. Totally agree. I have a whole house. Yes. And that right there will drain you. It will drain the living daylights out of you. And the leaving probably saved your life, Latovia. It's the best thing you can do, because if you're surrounded, I said that earlier, if you're surrounded by a bunch of negativity, before long, that stuff going to get on the inside of you, and you're going to find yourself up complaining, gossiping. Because when people are miserable people loves misery. Misery loves company. When you find yourself, and I always say, even if it's your family members, you got to love some people from a distance. Sometimes you just got to let them go for your own sanity. Because I tell people at 45, honey, I don't have time to be wasting. If you show me you ain't got my best interest at heart, I'm okay with that. I keep it moving. I don't try to reason. Because see, in my younger day, I used to try to reason. Well, why they don't like me? Why they mad at me? I give them this money. I give them that. They still not happy. I do this for them. I go out my way to do this. They still not happy. At 45, you show me you ain't got my best interest. I ain't asking questions. I ain't trying to figure it out. I don't want to know. You showed me who you are. You showed me what your intentions are to me. I got to keep it moving. I need to keep moving so I can find my tribe. People that want to see me do well. And here's the thing. When it comes to guilt, people will guilt trip you into because you grew up where they did. People will guilt trip you when you start to do better for yourself. Like you're supposed to stay in this dump forever. Like you don't have to, like you're not supposed to grow. When people see that you're no longer miserable, when people see that you are no longer in the slump that you were, they got a problem with that, because now they ain't got nothing to gossip about. Because some people are so miserable with their own life, the only way they are happy with themselves is if they're bringing somebody else down. The only way they can feel like they are above water if they bring somebody else beneath them. You got to get to a place where you say enough is enough. All this guilt, yes. And that's why I say sometimes it be your own family members. And it's sad and it's painful, because you would think your family members would be the ones to build you up. But newsflash, sometimes your biggest critics, your biggest haters are your family members. And it's sad, but it's true. And no shade to anybody in their family, because we all have them family members that are toxic as hell. Every time you go around them, you would think the whole world falling apart, because that's how they talk. You would think nothing ever good happens in their life, because every time you're around, they're always gossiping. They're always complaining. Something always bad going wrong. I mean, ain't nothing good happening. I mean, ain't nothing going your way. I mean, like, damn. What is you doing on this earth? Because it seems like you just want to go on to meet God, because ain't nothing going right for you. But I mean, hear me when I say, every day ain't going to be peaches and creams. That's life. Life get the life, and I understand that. But every day something is wrong, you may need to check back up with you. Because when you're around a lot of negativity, don't even mention the stuff that you want to do. If you're a big dreamer like me and you got big goals, girl, the wrong thing you can do is sit around and talk to the negative family members about things that you're trying to do. Because guess what? They're going to shut it down every time. Because you know why? They can't see themselves doing it, so they can't see you doing it. So when you talk about all that you're going to do and what you plan to do and who you going to do it with, that irritates them. See, when you're positive and you're moving in a different light than the regular people, you a threat to them. They ain't gonna come out and tell you that they threatened by you. What they do is try to tear you down and get everybody else to see you how they see you. When in reality, they really admire you, but they don't want to tell you that. So the best way they can do it to make themselves feel good, they tear you down. But hear me when I say, don't let family members, don't let friends, don't let nobody guilt you into doing what's best for you. I always say, if it's working for you, baby, keep doing it. If it's making you a better person, you ain't harming nobody, keep doing it. If it's causing you to sleep good at night and your intentions are pure, keep doing it. Don't allow other people to guilt trip you into staying where you were. If you on a healing journey, and I always tell you guys, I want all of us to heal. I want all of us to be our best selves. I want us to smell good, take better care of ourselves, and be proud to take better care of yourself. Because guess what? You only get one life. It ain't no do-over. It ain't no remake. We ain't cats. We don't have 9 lives. We ain't coming back to get a second chance. When we go home to meet God, that's it. And I promise you, he ain't going to ask you, well, did you let so-and-so borrow some money? Did you do everything you could for this person? He gonna be asking you about your life. Did you do everything you could? Did you use the gifts that I placed inside of you? Did you take care of your body, the one that I gave you? He gonna be asking you about other people. He gonna be asking you about you. So my advice moving forward, from this day forward, prioritize your self-care. Take better care of you. Because the better you take care of you, you show the world how to treat you. You show the world that you ain't no wrecking force to be played with. You can't play with me. You got to prioritize your life like you would anything else that's precious to you. You got to make you so precious that when somebody come in your presence the wrong way, you quick to let them know this ain't the one. Like you quick to let them know, don't play with me. And you ain't even really got to say don't play with me. It's the way you carry yourself. It's that look. Sometimes all it takes is a look. I'll give you a prime example. I was in the Dollar Tree. Y'all know I stay in Dollar Tree. Me and baby girl. And me and baby girl, we always be playing. You know, she know how far to play with mom. So we was talking and she was like, Mommy, you the bank. That's why, you know, when I want something, I always come to you because I know you going to get it for me. And I was like, sister, we ain't come up in here for this. How about the little check-in woman? She wasn't a brown skin girl. But how about the check-in woman at the checkout counter? She gonna say, now y'all not supposed to be doing that at the checkout. Y'all need to make y'all mind up before you get. And I just looked at her. I was like, not today. And she hurried up and changed the subject so quick. And my baby was like, Mama, that look you had on your face. That's all it takes. Sometimes is a look because she was out of line. That conversation it didn't include her. This was between me and my baby, which we was just really playing because she knew Mommy was going to get it for her. But this woman didn't have no business in my conversation. And I just kindly just said, not today. And I was saying, and then I said it, I thought I said it under my breath, but I guess I said it loud enough. She heard me. I was like, sweetheart, stop being nosy. Because you have to teach people how to treat you. And I was like, you don't do that because that's none of your business. So sometimes all it takes is a look. Y'all know that stank look. That look that says not today. You got to let people understand that you love you. When you show the world that you prioritize you and your life and your needs, the world will start responding just like you respond to yourself. And hear me when I say them negative thoughts and that negative belief and mindset that you have, you might not ever say it out loud, but your aura, your energy, it'll tell off on you. So get rid of them limited beliefs because it's killing you. And I'm not saying killing you as physical, it's killing you mentally because it's draining you. Y'all know when you feel drained, you don't want to do nothing. It's time for you to start prioritizing self-care. And like now, like never before. And then the last and final tip is get you a support system. We can't be superwoman to everybody. We can't do it all by ourselves. I don't care if you're married, single, no kids, with kids. You need some type of support system. Because at the end of the day, if you keep going around like an Energizer bunny, like you got it all together, that's how people will treat you. They ain't gonna ask you if you need help if they see you always doing it for yourself. When people, this is the thing, and I know for our culture, I can't speak for nobody else's culture. Black women are some of the most hardest working women. We will get stuff done. Do you hear me? I don't know what it is about us, but it's something about, honey, if it's a will, it's a way. I swear, black women, we're going to find a way to get it done. But that mentality is killing us. Sometimes you got to be okay with saying, you know what, I don't know. I can't do it. I'm tired. And you get tired. You human, aren't you? You can't keep running around here flying the jet plane when you need to set your little self down because you exhausted. But you feel like you're going to get some brownie points because you get up and do everything. Y'all know I always tell y'all, when I grew up, Saturday mornings, put some Soul Train on. That was for cleaning the entire house. And you couldn't go outside until you got finished cleaning the house. I don't do that crap no more. That stuff will kill you. I don't try to clean my whole apartment in no one doggone day. I take one room at a time. I do one room a day. Devote my time, my hour and a half, clean that one room up to its liking, and I sit my happy self down. Long gone them days where you got to try to figure out everything and do everything at one setting. I used to be stuck on a Saturday cleaning my whole house and couldn't get out and enjoy the sunshine because I'm still stuck. I'm doing 5 and 6, 7 loads of laundry. That's why I say do 1 or 2 loads every other day. By the time Saturday get here, you ain't stuck in the house doing household chores. You're going to always have household chores. But if you got teenagers, if you got a spouse, you better learn how to delegate. You better learn how to ask for some doggone help. Stop trying to do everything by yourself. It's killing you. It's making you look older than what you really are because you're doing too much. Sit your happy self down. If you tired, say so. If you got kids in the house and you got a spouse, you better start saying, listen here. Today, y'all on your own. I'm going to sleep in today. If you're hungry, you know how to cook. If you don't want to cook, you can order takeout. You got to start saying, you know what? I can't do this all the time. You got to have a support system. You got to have people in your life that want to see you at your best, want to see you doing well. Because hear me when I say, keep going and going and going. End your little self up in the emergency room like I was. See, life will have a way of, God will have a way of setting yourself down. When you hard-headed and you don't listen and you know you tired, y'all tap that heart button. Y'all know I'm stepping on some toes. I know you're a little sad, a little sour with me right now, but I have to tell you because I love you. I don't want you to go through what I went through. I want you to get comfortable taking care of you. Let go of them limiting beliefs. Let go of them guilt. When people try to guilt trip you, stay firm in your yes and stay firm in your no. If you saying no, say no and mean what you say. Don't give no long, drawn out story why you can't, why you not. Don't do none of that. No is a complete sentence. I hope something I said blesses you today. I hope something I said gets you moving in the right step, because at the end of the day, if you don't show up for you and take care of your needs and put your needs first, everybody else around you is going to suffer. If you need help with checking in with yourself, if you need help because you're struggling how to get yourself together, make sure you DM me and I'll let you know how we can chat further. Because sometimes you just need to get a whole new routine altogether. And make sure y'all grab my self-care journal. It's going to help you check in with yourself, you guys. 10 minutes a day. That's all you need to do. Check in with yourself. See how you're feeling. What did you do for yourself today? It's very simple. I love you guys. And I will see you on my next live. Share this with somebody that may need it. Mwah.